Fear stops flow. With the growth of this channel, I've been quite afraid or terrified actually, because there's so many people watching now, watching my remove. And there's a lot of amazing support and great insights in the comment section, but also a lot of judgmental people. And I totally get it. It's a very fragile topic when I talk about semen retention or talking against the use of pornography. And maybe I also have some sort of fear that I'm going to be stuck only talking about semen retention because that's what gets the most views. And don't get me wrong, semen retention and stopping PMO has given me everything, because it was an addiction that was keeping me from living the life I wanted. So I'm going to talk about it for the rest of my life, I think, because it's very beneficial, and I want to inspire others that may feel stuck or may feel that they will never be able to do something about their porn addiction, or if they want to achieve something with semen retention. But I've unconsciously felt some fear towards the growth of this channel. And that, I think there's many reasons for that. Firstly, this is uncharted territory for me, having people actually watching the channel. And I think it's just growing pains. But always come back to remembering that I just need to stay authentic, and I just need to share what's going on in my life. That's basically it. And then share what I find. And this time I found that fear stops flow, because everything has been flowing, but I've been fearful because I don't want to let anyone down. I want to inspire and I want to help. And I think I put a lot of added pressure on myself to perform, but it's weird because I don't have to perform or do anything. I just need to keep moving in the direction that I'm moving in. So I thought it would be very relevant to talk about what's going on in my mind right now. Or I discovered that I was being fearful, and this stopped the flow for a while until I discovered that I was afraid. But now I'm not afraid anymore. I still feel the pressure, and I'm still figuring out a lot of stuff. But that's what this channel is about. Trying to highlight in a very authentic way what's going on with me. Yeah. So I guess I can ask you guys, if you have something that, because sometimes we fear doing something so much that we don't even know what it is. Like, sometimes we know we need to do something, maybe change career path, or break up with a girlfriend, or maybe tell someone that we are in love with them, or do something entirely different with our lives, which demands tremendous courage and action and a lot of time invested to make these changes. And I think we just become fearful. We don't want to do all of that. So it just gets pushed down into the subconscious, buried away, and then we just forget it. And I think this is why journaling is very powerful. It doesn't have to be written, but that is also amazing. But it could be video journaling, like I'm doing here. It could be voice recording journaling, which I've been talking about in past videos. Because this brings up the things that we don't want to face. These things that scares us the most. And I've been very fortunate to talk to one of my dear friends every day, sort of like checking in on each other. And I think that's kept me aware and kept me conscious about what's going on. In these past 2 days, it's just been like fear stops flow. It's like you're going on this path, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling great, and all of a sudden there's this thing that it could be in the middle of your day and there's something you want to do, but you stop. You don't just do it. And that's because a little fear maybe, or some sort of doubt or uncertainty appears. And all of a sudden you have a decision to make. You go right or you go left. You just flow with life. You do that thing, even though it's difficult, or you don't do it and you make up some sort of excuse to not do it, or all of a sudden you feel sick or you feel tired and you don't really want to do it. And, all of this doubt and talking yourself out of it when you could just have been flowing through it, and whatever happened, happened. It could be talking to some stranger, asking someone out, because when you do that, there is the possibility of being rejected, and rejection hurts. But if you just let life flow, then that is also okay, because you did what you wanted to do. You tried something. So the fear can stop that flow of life in so many ways. Imagine if we had no fear and we could just do whatever we wanted. I have periods in my life where I feel like that, feel invincible. And it's mainly when I don't have a lot of super stimuli in my life, a lot of destructive habits that sort of mess up my nervous system, mess up my brain, and sort of shuffles everything. And that's when all the uncertainty and the doubt enters. But, we all have ups and downs in our life, right? But I think it's very valuable to be aware of how fear can impact every single area in our lives. So in my case, it was the growth of this channel, but then I found out that I had some fear, and I thought about it, and there's actually nothing to fear, because I'm still just going forward, talking about what I want to talk about, and then seeing what happens. Because although it's great to see the numbers go up, this channel has to mean something to me. It has to be real value. And I have to make sure that it's authentic, because authenticity is very important to me. I think if we go on the authentic path, that's what ultimately leads us to freedom. In my case, it leads to freedom because it will keep me honest in every regard. And of course, fear is going to jump out on that road many times because that's just how it works. I'm always pushing out of my comfort zone. And outside the comfort zone, everything is unknown. And things that are unknown, they are scary. That's just how it works. Until something you want to try or do or push, if you don't know it, then you don't know it. Duh. So it's just the silly brain that sometimes just will sabotage me. If I'm not aware of the patterns going on. So thankfully, I caught it this time, and I usually do. So instead of just thinking about me, then maybe you're ready to ask yourself what it is that you need to do right now. What could you do that would make a serious impact on your life in the right direction? Not procrastinating with small, minor things like doing this extra workout or changing the logo of your business, or like doing something truly scary. What could that be? Doing something truly scary that will propel you forward in the way that truly suits you. It would be acknowledging your current situation. And this is not about blaming other people. It's about looking in and saying, is this the road I want to walk on? Is this the path for me? Is this the career for me? Is this the right study? Become a study? Like, is this the right university for me? Do I truly want to learn this thing I'm learning? Could be, it could be, am I in the right relationship? Another great one is, am I lying to myself about certain things? Am I pushing my problems onto others so that I don't have to deal with them? Am I blaming everyone else? Or am I blaming myself even though someone else is hurting me? Am I taking the blame for someone else's wrongdoing so that I don't have to deal with the conflict of setting myself free from whatever is going on with this person or that workspace or whatever? There's many questions you can ask to go deeper, but going deeper takes a lot of courage and pushing through the fear, flowing, letting life flow and going with the flow instead of stopping because you're fearful or becoming paralyzed because the tasks at hand seem so enormous. I totally get it. What Jordan Peterson would advise would be to start small. He says, like, make your bed. And if you can't do that, then get out of bed. And if you can't do that, then sit up. So if you think like that, there's always one step you can take, however small it is. There's always one step you can take. For me, this step was quite obvious because I just have to keep doing what I'm doing because I know I'm on the right path. So it's just about keep going, do the things, stay authentic, which also can be very scary, and stay honest. it's been some crazy days lately. You know, I have a lot going on in my life, and that's why I can't upload more often. So, but I'm always aiming for at least twice a week, because that is doable for me. You know, I have to think of something before I can upload. I don't just want to pump out content just because. Yeah, but like all of you guys, we've reached a point now that I don't have time to answer all the comments. I thought this would be years down the road. So one of my, I love answering comments. I love going into discussions or debates, but I just don't have the capacity right now. But just know that I read all the comments, all the good, all the bad. And just, would you guys like for me to start a Discord channel so that we can chat? I won't be able to always be active, but if you guys want to connect and meet like-minded people, I would be happy to open a Discord channel. I was thinking that could be nice. You let me know. So yeah, fear stops flow. Try to think about that when you go throughout your day, because fear stops flow in small things, but also in the bigger picture of life, the grand picture. I'll try to keep that in mind for now. That's all for me. Happy to have you here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.